Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Julie's Orchids. You guys are looking at a kitchen full of orchids in the process of being watered or draining. So today we're going to do an orchid chat and chores because it's been a while since we've done one. And we've got some news to talk about here on Julie's Orchids. So I just wanted to show you the flower spikes we've got going on with Sherry Baby, because she's getting quite difficult to manage. Um, the first spike is starting to open up its flowers, and the other spikes are just maturing their buds and branching away. It smells very delicately nice of hot cocoa powder. You know, when you open up the container of hot cocoa powder before you make your hot chocolate, and you get that subtle chocolate smell. That's what the kitchen is smelling like right now. And there's their Sherry Baby's flowers open for you. Like I said, you've got 3 spikes, and they're all about 110 centimeters from the floor to the top of their flower spike, so they're quite big and doing a whole heck of a lot of branching. And it's getting a bit difficult to maneuver Sherry. Now we'll wander over here and have a look at some more Oncidiums, and there's one frag back there. But we have Brassia Shilobokika, which you can see gave me that first flower spike right there, but has decided to grow a second flower spike from the same pseudobulb. And it's coming along with some nice bud formation. And Oncidium heaven-sent redolence is giving me my second flower spike, which is much more impressive than the first one it gave me because it's doing all sorts of branching. So between this plant and Sherry Baby, my house is going to just smell really nice of chocolate here once all of these buds start opening. And I am in no way, shape, or form going to complain about that. Not one bit. So I'm kind of just watering today as a means of flushing and whatnot. I'm not doing any nutrients, no calcium, magnesium, no fertilizers, nothing like that. Just water. And it's time to pull these ones out and let them drain. But it's time to put Sherry Baby back in the grow room and try not to break anything while I'm moving around. I might just put her on the table. I think I'll do that. I'll put her on the table until I get finished with the grow room because she's taking up a lot of space in there. So I've filled these up already and let them soak in just the water for a little bit while I've been doing my normal morning chores for the house. But I wanted to sort of talk to you guys today about not so much orchid chores, but some things that are happening here in Julie's Orchids. I've been asked if I was interested in becoming an Australian Orchid Council orchid judge trainee, and I've decided to accept the position, and I went ahead and applied for it, and I was accepted. So on the 24th of March, I officially begin Australian Orchid Council judge training. Now, I was pretty honored when they asked me this. As you guys know, I'm a pretty new grower. Most of my growing has encompassed the amount of time that I've had my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel has been, come and learn how to grow orchids with me. And we've learned a lot over the last, I think it's been 2 years now that I've had the channel. And I think it's pretty exciting and I'm real happy with that. And for all of my subscribers that have been with me, I'm hoping this means I'll be able to give you more good content, more educational content, maybe help you guys with your growing. And if you decide you want to show some ideas on what the Australian Orchid Council is looking for. Not sure how much of the information I can share, but surely as the knowledge comes in and I get better at judging orchids, that surely is going to only improve my ability to grow them. So on that, I've got a little Phalaenopsis Sogovivian. She's a little bit dusty. And I've just given them a water. Like I said, this is just plain, regular, boring water. And not that much to it. And like I said, it's been a while since we've done one of these. So I thought I'd do one again. We haven't just chatted for a while. Now this is one of my orchid babies that we deflasked. This is Fausturatiana Tipo. And we deflasked it. We repotted this into this setup on the 14th of the 1st, 2022. And just, this is one of my babies. Look at how big that is. I'm sure it's still several years from flowering, but it no longer looks like a baby. Looks like a right proper seedling you would sell or buy at one of the nurseries. So I'm pretty proud of this one. And like I said again today, guys, this is just water, just to sort of rinse any residue or salts off of the pumice. And look at that, my baby, store-bought. So yeah, back to the AOC judging. I'm pretty excited about it. I said Sunday, March 24th is our first class, if you will. And basically, I'm now going to be having to attend all of the Perth Metro Orchid Society meetings for their monthly plant shows within the clubs. And so I'm looking forward to getting to meet a bunch more of the local growers that I maybe haven't met because I don't belong to their clubs. So I belong to Orchid Society of Western Australia, OSWA, and they meet on the fourth Friday of the month. And there's 4 or 5 of them around, and that'll keep me busy a couple nights a month. And just get to learn a lot more about orchids and what the judges expect and are looking for. Since I have started judging orchids, or showing orchids, this will also help me with my ability to show and what the judges are looking for. But yeah, that's the excitement. Julie's gonna learn to judge orchids. Now I've moved these plants from the grow room into the lounge room because these are the Miltoniopsis and they like it a lot cooler. And with the lights in the grow room, the air conditioning really, really struggles to keep it as cool as these plants like it. So I thought we'll try to move these ones out into the cooler part of the house, which is the lounge room. And to be honest with you, if I don't have any success with these flowering in the next year or so after I've moved them to the lounge room, I'm likely going to sell them. Just not the right orchid for my environment. Maybe if I lived south of me, down the southern part of the state, I could grow these, but I'm more north and it's quite a bit hotter, and these ones just don't do it for me. So I had this one spike, and the heat just killed the spike, as with this one. I both had first time spikes for me on these, so I was super excited, and then the heat came and just zapped them. They're dead. This one's got a little something growing here, which looks like it's getting hung up. And again, it's because it's been really hot and these plants don't like heat at all whatsoever. So if I can't figure out how to get these ones more happy and flowering, I'm going to go ahead and offer them up for sale. And well, let's keep recycling the plants because we still have a whole lot of plants to water. Well, we're on to watering the Sarcochilus. Now, I've struggled with these. I don't know why. I shouldn't, but I have. I think I'm not giving them quite enough light. So I'm going to be moving these into the grow room and out of the lounge room, and hope that by giving them more light, they'll do a bit better for me. We'll see about that. Like I said, yeah, for some reason I've struggled with the sarks. And I'll show you after a minute where I'm going to put them. But these were on the top shelf in the lounge room. And, you know, I thought that the amount of light I was giving them was enough, but they look pretty dark green to me. Some of them look a bit leggy. And so we're just going to give it a go and see if moving them into a higher light environment makes them more happy. So I just want to point out this primary hybrid Phragmipedium I have right there. This is Phragmipedium lindenianum by D'Alessandria. And I am just blasting this one with way too much light. You can see that these new leaves that are coming out white. They're getting way too much light. So what I've done is I've pulled out some of my gooseneck lamps, and we'll go ahead and have a swing over and have a look what I've done. So I've created this little corner station here to put some of my frags. Now, I've been worrying about this one because it's not been getting a lot of light in this corner. It's a fairly dark corner. And I'm actually thinking about putting some more floor to ceiling shelves back into that corner. But for now, we're going to try putting some of the frags that I think are getting way too much light here. And then we're going to move the Sarcochilus into the grow room where the frags were sitting. So they're going to go kind of somewhere in this area. And there's just going to be a little bit of a jumble around of moving things here or there in the grow room. And that's about it. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and I don't think I'm going to film this, but humidifier maintenance. Now, something that we don't think about, but it's a wet environment in an enclosed space, and it's a warm environment in the grow room. So there is some issues with mold. And now I had a look in here today, and I can see that it's well past time to clean this because I've got some mold forming on the tube. So we're gonna, off camera, I'm gonna clean this up. But that's an important thing to remember if you're growing indoors. You wanna keep your humidifier cleaned out. I probably should have cleaned this out a few months ago, but I didn't. I was a bit lazy. So not much you can do about that other than it is what it is, and here we are now, and I've had a look in there. Yeah, it's kind of gross. We need to clean that out. So after I'm done watering all the orchids today, I'm also going to give our humidifier a nice clean out. I'm going to use some bleach and make sure we get it all super nice and clean. All right, so these are the little frags and the one big frag that are going to go on this table here for now. Like I said, the goal is to create a floor to ceiling shelf. Again in this area, but that's all, you know, money and time and money. But for now, this will work. And let's go into the grow room and have a look at where I'm now putting the Sarcochilus. So I'm putting the Sarcochilus here. I'm going to intermingle them with a few other plants. I'm unsure what I'm going to stick here. There's going to be a little bit of shuffling around in the grow room. The Zygopetalum's on that shelf there. Need thinned out a little tiny bit more. And yeah, other than that, we're going to get on with finishing up watering all of the plants. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching.